Hello YouTube, this is Hunting Guy 532, and today, seeing how it's a cold, boring winter day, I decided to do a video on like cooking stuff, like cook systems for backpacking. They're just options and ideas in case you're just getting into it or you want something different. First, and when you go to buy a cook system, you got to look at what you want to do. Do you want to do just ramen noodles every day, or do you want to make something more elaborate? I'll say. Is it just going to be for one person all the time, or are you going to want options to make more than one serving of something in case you have somebody else with you? And first off, probably one of the easiest thing, something easy to acquire for everybody is military canteen, the canteen cup, and well, the stove. The stove came with when I got this, when I got the whole canteen cup set up. You can usually find these things at like yeah, military surplus stores. They're designed for Esbet tablet fuel, but if you have a small enough alcohol stove, you can put that under there, or you can do what I did and build fires in there and just cook. And I did one backpacking trip with Airsoft Man where I did nothing but use the canteen cup to cook and drink coffee out of. A lot of cleaning involved when you just do that, and nothing but this stove with fire on the go and set up. You just look at it, just take the shape, you stick it together, and it goes like that on the ground. And then of course you get the canteen with water with it, and it all fits in. Just to fit it back together. As a bit hole on the back, fold the handles over, put the canteen in, and you're good to go. Something else you can do with this is your eating utensil. Say you just want to use a spork the entire trip like I did. Fits right in the stove, keeps the stove nice and tight. And of course when you grab the canteen, the cup's going to fall. And that can be a system. Something else you could do is chopsticks. They're wooden, they're light. You might have to bring a couple of these unless you just want to wash them, or you get a plastic pair that you can just clean up all the time. Another knife, fork, spoon kit is, I think it's Culligan's how you pronounce it. I bought it when I was like 8 or 9, and it comes with a fork, knife, and a large spoon. And that's for eating. You can also use the spoon, works good for stirring. This knife's not bad. I don't think you wouldn't be able to cut much with this, but it's good for prepping up food, and it just fits all together like so. The fork goes in the hole with the knife, and the spoon clips on the back. Now, more into pots and stuff. This is an old pot from back when my dad first got in the military. That would have been almost 21 years ago, and this pot was even old when they were getting rid of it, because after a couple of years, the army, even if something's so good, the army has to get rid of it for some odd reason. But I guess it was quite a few years old when he got it, and it just goes to show how long these old pots will last. It's an old coffee pot, but if you look, it's got handles in the back, this on the front. It's been used over a fire before with the handle like so. And if you want to, you remove the coffee maker. And if you want to just do instant coffee all the time, you have a pot. And then you even have a pouring area. So if you want to just be able to make yourself enough water for your ramen noodles and then a cup of coffee and boil it all in there in one shot, you can do that. You can keep that with you if you want to make brewed coffee, if you don't like instant. I can go either way. I prefer brewed, but out in the woods, especially backpacking, I'm going to stick with the instant coffee. It usually ends up in a lighter setup. Or you can also use this, say say you go out in a group and you want to bring this with you without the coffee thing in it, and you do like the water for everybody's ramen noodles or their mountain house or whatever, and then somebody else does all the water for the coffee. Something else, my other cook kit, the Dessa, comes with the frying pan, something a little more elaborate. I do plan on frying that. And of course the contents, the stuff I added myself. Take all that out. And there's the pot. This holds like, I don't know, a little better than 5 cups of water. So you could almost use this for 2 people. I'll say almost use this thing for 2 people. It's black, yeah, I've used it over fires before and all that other fun stuff. I think I've told you guys that before. And you got the pan here, but it's also deep. You can boil water in that. So if you can settle with a lid for both and wait a little longer and use up more stove fuel, or if you want to go completely alone, you you don't plan on doing much elaborate cooking, you can buy one of these steel mugs. Put this on your camping stove or whatever. Boil up water for boil up water for your noodles or your mountain house or whatever, and then put more water in it while your food hydrates, and boil up a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you want to go in it. That's really all you're gonna need in only a solo trek. And you can probably stick your Nalgene or whatever in that. I think this held a little better than 2 cups. We'll do a measuring video later. And that's pretty much it. Now, it all depends, of course, price, cost, and everything else. All the stuff I got for free, for the most part. Like this steel mug, this was my dad's. It was part of his army kit, and he's getting out that they said he could keep, so he gave that to me for backpacking and all that. The pot he got for free and then gave to me because he doesn't use it anymore. Canteen again was his. The cup and the stove. It was all brand new gear when I got my hands on it. He didn't want it anymore because he didn't have a need for it. And of course, this pot system here. That was, well, the pot and the pan were his, plus the other 2 sets I'll show you guys in a separate video. Along with the spork. This spork, there's 4 of them. It came with the whole pot set deal. That I bought myself for I think $4, $5, and then the chopsticks I got for free from a Chinese restaurant or something. I don't remember now. But that's kind of an overview of certain gear you can take. You can go with high quality brand name. I'm not bad mouthing any of them. Like I'll say GSI for example, the Duelist. If you could use this as your 2-person pot for just boiling water if you want it that way. You could probably cook in that thing. I've yet to do it because I want to keep it good for coffee. I'm not bad mouthing any of those big names, but their stuff is expensive. But it also lasts you a lifetime. But I've noticed so will this. But it's all in what you want. So it's decisions you yourself have to make and decide what you want for backpacking or camping in general. Like if you just want to drive the truck up the mountain and place camp, you can take this with you. Leave the coffee thing in just for brewed coffee, and this pot, bring the bigger one, the 2-person size one as I deem it, and cook out of that and do that. Car camping, you can still use your canteen cup if you want, or your canteen cup stove. You can bring that for day hikes, for cooking on the trail and whatnot. Before I get too rambling, I'm just going to end it here, so thanks for watching.